This is Big Planet College Park. It's Sherin, it's Free Comic Book Day, and we're visiting, and I'm going to introduce these two gentlemen at the very finest of cosplay. Let's talk about Free Comic Book Day and why it's important. Any thoughts?
Well, it's important because as a business, this is what brings people in. You know, you give out something free, and casual readers who've never picked up a comic book before, they actually get their hands on a product, take a look, and then they see what all this behind you is all about.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to get kids in, adults in, because it's something for everybody on those tables.
For me, it's mostly the fact that when we were kids, we naturally just went to the comic book stores because that's all there really was outside of the libraries. But for today's kids, they've got their Xboxes, their 360s, and all that other stuff. These kids, and there's quite a few of them that have been in and out of the store in the past hour or so that we've been here. They start getting that appreciation because they see, oh wow, okay, this is where Thor came from. This is how they got the story for the Iron Man movie. This is how Batman came to be what he is in The Dark Knight, and so on and so forth in Star Wars. It just opens their minds up to a whole new world.
I'm here to spread literacy for all the children who are out there watching. Be out there, read a book, get out into the sun, get away from your computers and your video games, and enjoy life a little more.
We're at Alliance Comics in Silver Spring, Maryland. You know, one of my favorite things is to meet other women who love comics. So I'm standing here with Amy McNeil, who is co-owner of Alliance Comics.
Free Comic Book Day matters because it helps get both old fans back into the hobby because they're interested and they come in, and for a lot of younger readers, it's their first exposure to comics. So it works in a lot of different ways. People who are currently into comics and excited about, new projects and things that are going on come in and, catch up on interesting things. People who used to be into comics come in and check back in. Yeah. And new people, kids get their start.
Cool. So what have been the big titles today, that everybody's loving?
Mouse Guard was definitely big this morning. Star Wars, Clone Wars. Star Wars is always huge every year. People have been really into Captain America and Thor today, especially with the new Thor movie out. Right. And Green Lantern, because they're looking, at the Green Lantern movie that's coming out shortly. Because a lot of people just saw Thor, they saw the Green Lantern trailer in there.
Okay, cool. Any fun stories to tell about Free Comic Book Day?
Our 2 o'clock trivia contest was very challenging this year. I really think that people weren't expecting quite the difficulty level that came into it.
I heard a sample question was, if you bought a comic book, if you bought Spider-Man in 63, 73, and 83, what would the cumulative cost have been at the time? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was definitely a challenging question. I mean, there were some questions in there that weren't too hard, but there were some that were just brutal.
I'm here now in Victory Comics in Falls Church, Virginia, and I'm with owner Jeff Weaver.
Today's a really busy day. This is Free Comic Book Day. It's the busiest day of the year in terms of comic fans coming in, getting a lot of free books, and filling their collections with other books that we have here in the store.
So how do you guys make the day special?
Well, this year we had half a dozen local artists who came in, doing sketches for the kids, offering to do commissions for folks, and so it gave a chance for them to get some exposure and for local fans to see some of the up-and-comers in the comic world.
What does Free Comic Book Day mean to you?
Well, I think that really what Free Comic Book Day is an opportunity for people who may not be, buying comics every week or buying comics regularly to sort of come in, check out, see what's going on in comics, and see if it's something that they'd like to sort of become involved with on a more regular basis. So we saw a lot of kids came in, so that's great. So we like the younger readers.